is Noreen from joyacards.com and welcome to my video. Hey, today we're doing a one-sheet wonder, yes! And I'm calling it that because this is called Fresh as a Daisy from Stampin' Up! And I made 6 cards out of this and I used all of it. And the only things that I have left are literally like little scraps. This is all I have left of this paper. So and it's part of Fresh as a Daisy, and this is just beautiful paper. And the stamp and the die looks like this. So I will be using some this particular set and some other things. But I'll tell you what they are as we go by. But I'm going to show you my cards that I did. So the first thing you need to do is cut this up. Now just look for the lines that go all the way through, like this one goes all the way through. So I don't need to use the rest of the paper now, so I'm going to put it in my folder. These are great because it keeps all my scraps and everything nice and clean and organized. And there's a link in the description of my video for these, so these are fantastic. And of course, everything is coming out of the annual catalog. If you need one of these, go ahead and put your information in the comments and I'll mail you one out. But here is my first card. Isn't this pretty? Now, this is the simplest. I started with the simplest first. And what I did is I used stylish shapes on the sentiment tag here. And the only other really extra is the brushed brass butterflies that are right here. Because it's like they need butterflies. And of course, this is crushed curry, early espresso. That piece that we cut, I put the sentiment up on dimensionals. And then on the inside, I just stamped the daisy in early espresso and crushed curry and put in the early espresso in the white. I'm going to put all the dimensions for all 6 of these cards in the description of my video. So go to the title of the video, click on show more or more, or whatever, the little arrow down, and they'll all pop up. And anything that I use in the video, like my magnets and stuff, they'll all be there with links. So this is my first card. Here's my second card. Now I made this a size A6 and how I do it, and there's some discrepancy if you go online, but the easiest way to do it is cut a 9 by 6 1/4 and score it at 4 1/2. So that's what I did here. And then I've got Boho Blue because that's one of the newer returning. I don't know if it's newer returning or not, but that is down here, and that's a 4 1/2 by 6 1/4. And then I just did these little strips because this piece that you cut from that page is only this big. So it doesn't go all the way to the end for an A6, and it's bigger than just a regular one with, I couldn't do much of a border on it, and I wanted it to be bigger. And of course, here's the sentiment tag from the Cheerful Daisies right here. That's a nice tag. And up on dimensionals, I did use the brush butterfly. And also this one is the Adhesive back solid gems in the Boho Blue. And then on the inside, I just did Boho White, Boho White. So this one turned out kind of pretty. So here's number 2. Here's card number 3, and all I did, because this is what it looks like, when you cut it up, is I took Mountain Air and stamped the mountains on there, and then I took a blending pen, and because I stamped these in early espresso, and then I blended out the white behind it so it didn't look so stark white, and then I stamped in the little birds because you gotta love that. And then You Made My Day is from Cheerful Daisies, and I just used, this is the one piece that I had a lot of left from the cuttings. So this is from that. This is the only time I use this. I kind of found it late and I went, uh-oh, I have one piece left. So I cut that off and put it on. And I've got it backed on early espresso. Now, Mountain Air is retiring next month. This is one of the stamps. If you're a demonstrator, you probably know this. But Stampin' Up! Is bringing back a lot of stuff. In fact, I won't sell my inks, pads, my refills, my paper, any of that anymore because they brought back 11, well, out of 11, they not only have the 5 new colors because they change them every, couple of years, they bring out 5 new colors, but they brought back returning and new colors in the total of 11. So 11 plus the 5, oh my gosh. So I had to buy 16 colors, so I'm not selling them. And also, you know what? I'm afraid they're going to bring back stamps. I will never give back Mountain Air. I will never sell it. And it's because it was my first video that actually went viral. This was the card. I'll put the link up here somewhere, but this is my card. I was the first one that did that for the stamp set. So, and I didn't give it away. I saved this card. So I will never give up Mountain Air. I'll never give up dies and stamp that have shapes, like rectangle stitch frames. They're retiring as well. I won't give that one up. So I just went ahead and used Mountain Air on this, and it turned out really nice. And then an early espresso. This is that new one, Azure Afternoon and white, and this is garden green, and this is number 3. Here's my 4th card, and it was originally this from the cuttings, and I did something kind of fun with this. I made this a 5x5 because I do what I want. I can make a card any size I want. It's just finding the envelope, which is fine. I'll get to that in a minute. But what I did here is this is garden green, and then I took this beautiful paper, Hello Irresistible. This is gorgeous paper. I've totally used this. You can see all the little cuttings in here. And yeah, I totally used this to death. Oh, the link for the little 6x6 folders are also in the description of my video. But I took that Hello Irresistible and then white, and then I put this piece on a foam adhesive sheet. And this is really cool because these are nice and thick, and it looks just so much better than putting a dimensional. So I just cut this to the size of the piece. And then, of course, it's double-sided, so I took off the one side and I laid it down, took it to the other side, and backed it up on this white here. So it turned out really kind of cool. And then the embellishments are the same ones I used before, adhesive back solid gems. And then inside is, this is that bubble bath. I want to call it bubble gum. I don't know why, because I put it in my brain once and now it won't go away. And then basic white, and then I just stamped the daisy from Cheerful Daisies in the corner. Now you're going to ask, well, how are you going to get an envelope for that? Well, what you do is you get one of these, and I'll put a link in my video for this too. These are great. And what you do is you just go, okay, my card's a 5x5. So you look on here, 5x5. So you need to cut a piece of paper 8 1/8 by 8 1/8. And then the directions are really easy. So it says go to 4 1/8. So you take your cut down paper and you line it up to 4 1/8, and then you punch it and you score it. And here's the score right here. You score the paper, and then you keep turning and turning, and then at the end you take off the little sharp ends with the little cutter here and put your envelope together. Now when I put my envelope together, I did use tear tape. Use tear tape to fold this down and even to close this, and it is perfect. So look at this, and you can make really any size you want, within reason, and just like that. Just like so. So this is card number 4. Here's card number 5, and it was the most difficult because I had these 4 pieces, and it's like, and at that time I'm glad that this one was hiding on my table somewhere, and I kind of put it into that Mountain Air one at the last minute. It's like, I have to use all of them, so I used it on that. But that would have really thrown me off because this is a nice even number. But what's kind of interesting is like they kind of all don't match. I mean, these kind of do, and these, I don't know, these kind of, anyway. So it's like, what am I going to do with this? So what I took is my stylish shape dies, the 2nd and 3rd smallest square, and I cut them out on each of the color. And then what I did, I took the small one and cut over the big one. So I have one of these. So, and then I mixed them up. So, and then I cut them out in black because I needed some kind of outline. So I took like this one, and I took the outline to the blue, and I put it against the yellow, just like here on top of the black. And then I just kind of folded them over each other. So the yellows under the blue, the greens over the blue, the purples over the green. So, and then the ends stick out here, and they're all the frames from the bigger ones. So that one kind of turned out cool. And then the sentiment is also from Stylish Shapes. It's this one here. And I wanted it to be outlined. So I cut one in white and one in black. And what I did to the white one is I just cut off the top and the bottom. So it looks like it's backed. So, and then I took my classic MAC dots. Yes, these are retiring next month, but they're not retired yet, so I can use them. I try not to use retired things in my videos because you can't get it. But everything's like 60% off. All the retiring stuff, or up to 60% off if you go on Stampin' Up. So if you go to joyofcards.stampinup.net, you'll get me and you can place an order. Anyway, and then the inside, I took all those colors and I just layered them all on top of each other. So I thought that was kind of cool. So this is card number 5. And here's the last one. Isn't this pretty paper? And it's like, what am I going to do? And I thought, well, I better use this daisy stuff. So, so what I did is I went ahead and cut out the daisies in Calypso Coral and Petal Pink. And then I backed them with white. And I cut the daisies apart because this daisy right here is all just one. So I just cut it all up. And then with the leaves, I did garden green and I backed it with Pretty Peacock. Now, some of these are dimensionaled up. These are dimensionaled and these two are dimensionaled here. The rest of it is just nailed down flat. I wanted a bigger sentiment than the one that comes with the daisies. So I went to something fancy and took these two, one in Calypso Coral, one in white, and then I stamped it in the Pretty Peacock. So this is really pretty. And then I, of course, layered this in Calypso Coral. And if you go to, and if you don't have access to, I can probably get you one. If you print out this, it's on the Stampin' Up website. And this is really, really helpful because when I looked at this, I went, what color goes with that Pretty Peacock? Because this is a returning color and I haven't worked with Pretty Peacock in a while. It's like, I don't know. So I went to here and it's like, oh, Calypso Coral and Pink, duh. So these are really helpful and they have them all in all the colors. So if you can't find it, if you want a copy of it, I believe I can definitely email this to you. So anyway, but I thought this was really pretty. And then the inside I did Calypso Coral, Pretty Peacock, the white, and this is in Calypso Coral. And so this is number 6. And here are all the cards. If you liked my video, please like and subscribe. And I'll go to the detail of my video and you'll see all the dimensions and all the items that I used, even if they're not Stampin' Up, like my magnets and the paper holders, because those are awesome. And that'll do it for me. Thanks. Bye.